Hi, in this video, I'm going to cover three of the most powerful life lessons that I have had that have helped me chase my dreams and get over a ton of fears. And I hope they help you do the same thing to get unstuck and start doing more of the things that you actually care about. So let me jump right in. But first, my name's Brad Finkeldye, and what am I supposed to say? Let me look at my script here. Uh, yeah, you're awesome. And welcome to my channel. So, one of the things that I've learned is trying to get it perfect and right is where I actually mess up the most. And I keep redoing things and getting stuck in my head. And so I'm just going to go with the flow. That wasn't even one of the lessons. That's a bonus one right there. So here's the first one. The first lesson uh, was really impactful for me. So I'm going to set the stage. I was I was on a trip and we had just gotten back for the evening, and I was getting ready to go out for dinner that night. And I was looking for my dinner clothes and all that. And I put my I put my pants on, put my shirt on, and then I was going to look for my belt, and I couldn't find my belt, and I started to freak out. And I started to get like all in this like fear and insecurity. And I was like, oh, I can't go out. And then I had this weird, fearful thought just kind of overcome me. Like, oh my God, someone's going to pants me. And this is, probably 8, 10 years ago. And then I caught myself. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a grown man. I haven't been pantsed since I was like a little kid, but it stopped me. And it was a significant story for me to learn and to understand that that story, that significance was running me in the moment. It had me stop. It had me be really insecure and like, oh no, I can't go out tonight. Like something's going to happen. And it wasn't until I caught that was running me that I was able to go, oh well, I don't have a belt tonight. I'll just have to wear my shirt a little different or whatever it was. And the lesson there that I learned is that when we can delineate reality from the stories that our minds make up, we can take back power in our life and direct ourselves the way that we want to run our life and not let fear ruin our life. So the faster you can delineate that, and the first step is to understand that your mind makes up meaning about things, and some of those things are true and some of those things are not true. And so if you're worried or anxious about something, I'm willing to bet most of the time, all of those stories that you think are gonna happen probably won't. But if you let those fears run your life, they definitely will. So to pull back the reins is what you need to do and to center yourself. I have found meditation and mindfulness and journaling and all of that kind of self-help stuff definitely works and helps. But to start to delineate those is where you really have the power, and to write them out and just start to be conscious of like, oh man, that thing is running my life. So that's the first story. Don't let the things that happened in your past run your life and ruin them. Take control back. So the second lesson is is really starting to learn more about yourself and how your belief systems work and how your mindset is in life. So I've taken a bunch of different personality tests. I've done a bunch of my own like personal development work over these last several years, leadership training, communication courses, yeah, life coaching certificates or life coaching certificate. And all of that has given me an awareness of my belief systems, of what I think about myself. And when I can understand what my beliefs are about myself, then I can actually start to delineate and to navigate further, just like in the first example. Sometimes it's not fear, though. Sometimes it's It's a belief that you have had for a long time and you didn't know that it was real, or you didn't know that maybe it wasn't, it was fake. So, there's people out there that believe the earth is flat. That I don't. Um, and, science has proven that it's not flat. The world is round, right? But our belief systems are so strong that we can walk around the world and think and believe that, the world is flat. So, and those will run your life. But until you examine those and start to look at those and see if they are benefiting you or if they're not benefiting you, then you can make more powerful choices. One of the more powerful tools to uncover those is called The Work by Katie Byron. And she asks you four questions in this. It's very simple, but very powerful. So whatever you're dealing with, you put this situation and the thoughts and the beliefs in this framework, and then it challenges you to ask if that situation or if that belief is definitively 100% true. And most of the time, it's not. And so then that kind of cracks the shell of your belief system. And you have to look at yourself and look at your beliefs a little bit differently. And that's the beginning of something new emerging. And then you can create new beliefs. You can create new ways of living your life from that. Not easy, right? Here's a personal example for myself. I was struggling recently. This was a big revelation for me recently, that I was like, man, I know that my lack of commitment is an issue in my life. And it's really held me back from a lot of things. And so I did some praying about it. I did some intention setting on it. And I said, man, I want to get unstuck from this, not be able to commit to certain things in my life, or just, be able to commit to some things. So what ended up happening was I let it go. And then, I don't know, a few days later, a week later, I was vacuuming my floors, and I had the revelation that I was never taught how to commit. I was never like given the sit down or have a lesson inside of it. What I was given was examples and it growing up of like my parents, my mom especially, telling me to take it easy, don't push too hard, go take a break. Like here's a cookie. And this isn't anything against my mom. She was just being a mom. But what that imprinted on me was the belief of whenever anything gets hard, I need to take a break and stop, and I don't need to push through, or don't need to hurt myself. And when I had this clarity moment come through, it really made me realize to the opposite of that, of like, no one ever like really showed me how to like follow through on things and like really push to new levels of success or whatever it is. And then after that, I realized, oh, commitment is just a skill. It's something you learn, and I can learn something new whenever I want. And that reframed the whole thing. And it was because I was looking at, my belief systems and what I thought about myself and just uncovered a new one. Our entire life, I believe we are uncovering these if we choose to go down this self-discovery path. And I don't think it ever ends until we die. So it's not about getting it right, but it's about how can you become better and use that in your life to move forward. So I hope that helps. So that's number two. And then the third one, the number three is how to count. One, two, three. Um, the third one, there it is again. The third one, the third one is people in your life are not always what you think they are there for. And let me give you my example of that. And this was the this was an exam this was a story that changed how I viewed myself and my self-worth. It was really impactful for me. So a couple years ago, I went to a law attraction workshop in Orlando, and I met a great group of people, and it was amazing. It was fun, and went to dinner with this group of people, and sat across from dinner from this woman, and I was like, "Oh, she's attractive. She seems really cool, and she had a great personality." I was kind of thinking, well, maybe, Um, let's see where this goes, right? Anyway, she offered some fish to me. She had some extra fish, and I took her up on it. And so it kind of created a bond because I was the only one who wanted it, and we just it was just a fun little moment. So, anyways, I get her information, find out she's down in the Miami area, and another workshop was the week later, and I was like, man, that'd be cool to go down there. And in the back of my head, I'm like, well, maybe this could be some sort of thing down the road. Like she seems really cool. Like, all right, let's just kind of take it easy and see how it goes, right? Just gonna get to know her. And so I go down there the next week, and I'm at her place, and one of her friends is in town, and me and him are talking. And I think he kind of sensed that I was like interested in her. And he is like, hey, uh, she's a lesbian, right? And I was like, oh, no, I don't. And so that kind of burst my bubble for the relationship that I was thinking. And I ended up staying friends with her, and we became actually really good friends. And she's helped me out a lot, and I've helped her out. And we've gone a couple of vacations together, and it's just been um, a really wonderful friendship. And I was going through a rough patch about a year ago, and she saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself. And she said, Brad, your personality and your goofiness and your funny and your authenticity, that is why I love you so much. Like, that is why you are awesome. And it wasn't, I let that in that time. I may have heard that before, but it never like clicked. It never clicked in me like that my personality and like the uniqueness of me was what was awesome and what was my worthiness, right? And I'm beginning to believe, like that's what God created me for, like to be this fun, goofy, inspiring person. And that's why I'm making this video. So it was really impactful. And I believe the same of you too. Like I'm wearing this shirt that says you're awesome, right? And I made it. Um, so people you that are the people that are in your life, sometimes we think that they serve a certain purpose or like they are that person in our life. And sometimes they're not. I have to get outside of my head and what I think I'm going to do and what I think things are for, and let the universe, God, lead the way sometimes, because some of those people are there for a completely different reason. And the more I am open and curious in my life and able to receive what's, the bigger picture, the more I actually get, the more I get to see, um, the more I get to have in the world, and the more I get to like, you can even say like love myself in the world. It's just amazing when you take off that initial perception of what you think other people are for, and you see who they really are and let them give you a gift. It's really, really, really cool. So I hope these 3 lessons have been helpful. Comment down below if you found them helpful. Share your story if you want. If I've earned a like and a subscribe from you, awesome, love it, and thank you. Go be awesome. Go for your dreams. Don't let fear hold you back, and have an amazing day.